Hi, everyone. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. There's no coincidence that you just found this reading. If you were drawn here, there is going to be a channeled message from Spirit for you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. This is a general reading for any sign, for the collective. So think of it as your own personal, private Spirit message. Let's get started. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. This is as close to a personal reading as I can get for those of you that are listening. I'm so glad you're here and there's no coincidences. So let's see what Spirit has for you and let's get started. A little bit of love, a little bit of life, a little bit of finances, career, anything Spirit wants to share with me today. Spirit, please share with me any loving messages that are meant to be heard. What is it that you want us to know? What is it that you need us to hear today? I am listening for you now. I have know your worth. Wow. That's a good one. That is, we talk about that all the time. You know, it's not just there's two things. It's knowing your worth as far as I'm a human being and I deserve respect and all of those things. And then it's in the material world, it's knowing what you're worth, how much you can earn a year or how much somebody should be paying you an hour. It takes a little while to figure that out, but you compare yourself to other people that are doing what you're doing. You have a value of what is worth it to you to do that work. So you really should know your worth on a lot of different areas. And certainly in relationships, you definitely are worthy. You are worthy. And that's something to keep like up in the front of your mind. So let's see what else they have. I have Stormy. Okay, I feel she's got a chain on her hand. I don't know if you can see that. So there could be a feeling of something holding you back. Okay. Doesn't mean you're trapped. Doesn't mean that you are not going to survive something. It's a sense of something is holding me back. It could be I'm not a big believer in blocks. You guys know that, but it could be a feeling of you struggle with fear of success, you struggle with fear of failure, you struggle with, I have a tendency to get insecure, even though I know I'm good at what I do, but there are moments in my life I get very insecure. So there's something that just holds you back just a little bit. So take a look at that and push through it. Spirit just said, move through it. It's almost like to heal, you got to feel the pain. So step out of your comfort zone would be a good way for me to say it, but nothing is ever holding you back. You can always move and push through something, but you have to identify what it is. That is how I feel. Spirit, please share with me. I have prioritized your reflection. What is it about yourself that is the most important thing right now? What is it that you really, really want to work on? You know, it could be your health. It could be your body. It could be your relationships. It could be your peace of mind. It could be stress and anxiety. So what is it that when you look in the mirror and you say to yourself, what's the most important thing to me? It comes back at you and says, you've got to stay focused on this. This is a priority in your life at this stage. You have to do this. You've got to feel better. You've got to, for those of you that would like to lose weight or get into better shape, you've got to exercise every day. You got to eat healthier. You got to drink more water, right? So what is it that is your priority? And I know that that's a really hard, it's like a New Year's resolution every day of the week. But right now I feel like Spirit is saying, they're all connected. I would say that your worth, your self-esteem is connected to, is there anything holding you back? And is there anything that I need to, put right in front of me and continue to work on? And I feel like we all have those things and they change. They change very often. So one week it could be one thing and another week it could be another priority. But it does change. Spirit, please share with me. Tell me about my worth. Tell me what you need me to know today. I have a Lover's card. Okay, you are worthy. So we'll go into a little bit of love reading for a moment here. You are worthy. You're worthy of a soulmate. You're worthy of a true partner, they're saying. You're worthy of true love. Okay, so there's no holding back, they're saying. I have a Knight of Cups coming into your life. Gorgeous. I have a Magician. And I have a Four of Wands. These are great cards. So not only, the Magician came into me as, don't stop until the magic happens. It was almost like, don't stop believing, don't stop looking until the magic happens. I just feel like this Lover's card, this Knight of Cups, is the love of your life. It is the person who is the romance that you've been waiting for. And they're saying that you're searching now for some of you, and you're just waiting patiently, and they know that. But they're working on it. You know, it's always this feeling of it's in the works. The Magician was very much like, don't give up, because this person is going to be incredible, phenomenal. You're going to love this person, and they will be worthy of you because they'll be at the same level as you. I also love the Four of Wands for those of you that are manifesting along with me today, and you would love to find your partner in life. You're actually looking for a commitment. You want to settle down. You want to put down roots. You want to think big picture. Spirit could be saying, don't give up. This is what's going on, and we know you want that. So I'm going to say, as far as you know, just kind of manifesting love right now, that's they're letting you know that we've got a soulmate connection on its way. So that could be what you need to hear today. I have an unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep a relationship going. Is there a relationship that you need to take a look at? I'm not really in love with this person. I was maybe years and years ago, but I'm not really in love with this person. So some of you may be on the other end of the spectrum where you need to end something before you begin something. I have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you this romance, of course. Stay open to it, open and ready to receive. And we're getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. I almost feel like we're getting to know each other right now, you know, so this person for some of you could have just entered into your energy. It could be a confirmation for some of you that this is the person that you want to be with. I do have passion at the bottom of my deck. So for some of you, this could be somebody that I want to know, should I move forward with? Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So I'm going to say it's some kind of confirmation to move forward. The communication feels clear. They're saying the communication is seeming to work. So you guys are looking like you're on the same page. And I'm going to say that that is moving forward. I have boundaries, saying no. Okay, so I have a little bit of I don't have the same feelings for you as you do for me. They're saying cutting ties for somebody. It doesn't mean ending a marriage. I'm not feeling necessarily that, but I'm feeling maybe this person you've been kind of holding on to for a little too long, you know, in a dating situation. But you really don't have the kind of feelings that you should at this point. So it's a little bit of letting them go so they can go find somebody who will love them for who they are. But maybe it's not your match. It was a little bit of cutting ties. I will say that. I have a birth. For every ending, there's a new beginning. I'm also going to throw out there, child, that you may get news of somebody around you that is expecting. Okay, it could be somebody in your immediate family. It could be a close friend. It could be, they're saying a sudden surprise. It could be a surprise baby. So maybe you definitely weren't expecting this person to have another baby, or that weren't expecting to have another baby in their lifetime. So I do feel like it's kind of a fun surprise for the family. I'm going to say it that way. I have freedom. I'm opening up my heart. That came into me as I'm celebrating me for the first time in a long time. So you could be putting more energy into you, and you're feeling good about that. I'm celebrating me is how it came in. And I have a childhood energy here. So this is coming into me as they've got these tacks and they've got this kind of egg, and it looks like a perfect egg, almost like from the very beginning is how I feel like I've grown. You know, that egg is going to grow. That egg is going to turn into, you know, some kind of something, right? A little chick or something. But it's a feeling of I've grown. It's a feeling of I've grown, you know, just, I'm going to also say childhood wounds in a sense with that, those tacks, because I keep asking spirit, like, what do the tacks mean? It's like, if I let myself go, deep, there's some deep wounds, and I can kind of feel the, you know, the stab and from attack, but I don't know, it more of a feeling of from the very beginning. Maybe it's something that you've been wishing for or wanting that's just coming into your life right now. Something about your childhood, something opening up. Could be an old wound opening up that you have to address. I have fear. I'm going to say somebody is thinking about old wounds from childhood, abandonment issues, abuse and issues, verbal abuse, physical abuse. I have fear that somebody's going to hurt me. Somebody's going to leave me behind. So there could be something that's just surfaced for some reason recently. And again, it's walking through that pain, knowing that you're okay, that you're not there today, that that child is protected. So I just feel like I'm revisiting something more than anything. I have a beginning. I'm going to go with these fireworks, and I'm going to go at the bottom of the deck of healing. So here we are with this. I'm going to go with this grief card too, because there could be something going on around some of you with this childhood wounds. Maybe you've had a family loss, and not necessarily, you know, like recent, but as you think about this person, you not only are you grieving and have a broken heart, but maybe there's some pain there, that it wasn't the relationship that you wished you had. It wasn't everything that you wanted it to be. And maybe you're purging some of those feelings right now. And that's okay. That's all part of grief, right? It's kind of reliving that relationship and re-experiencing, you know, that relationship so you can learn from it. But some of you could be going through just some old wounds from childhood based on a loss of a family member. It could be a parent specifically, would be the best example, you know, losing a parent and then, you know, grieving, not only grieving for that parent, but grieving over maybe, I wish I had had a better relationship for some reason, or I wish my childhood had been different for some reason. So something along those lines. But I do have this beautiful beginning with these fireworks. I'm going to hold on to that because with that Lover's card and the Four of Wands, I'm going to say overall, they're moving you in the direction of kind of an excitement, an explosion of your heart. So that feels really good to me. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you need us to know at this time? I have a Three of Cups. I have a Five of Cups. I have a Six of Swords. I have a Eight of Wands. Okay, so I feel like I'm moving in the direction of celebrating a love. It's more of a, I just don't want to be disappointed again. I hesitate. I have a tendency to hesitate. But the energy is moving, they're saying rapidly. So maybe you don't have a chance to hesitate. Maybe you don't have time to think about it. Maybe it's one of those connections where they're saying, just follow your heart. You know, yes, we want to think clearly and make good decisions, but sometimes we overthink, sometimes we overproject, but it is a feeling of success. I will say that. I have a Queen a Queen of Swords. So that's coming into me as you're going to make the right decision. That it could be that maybe Spirit's saying, don't second guess it. Don't overthink it. Kind of lead with your heart and let your heart talk to you. Trust your intuition, they're saying now. And also this feeling of trust us. So whatever this new love is that's coming towards you, there is I'm going to put it into God's hands, and I'm just going to let this unfold how it's supposed to unfold. Spirit, what do you need us to know? Why did we find these messages today? What is it that we need to hear? I have training. You have some new skills to acquire before you can really advance to the next stage of your career. So some of you may be signing up for a course. They may put you into a training program. You may be asked to go back to school. Some of you may choose to go back to school. Maybe you're on the fence with that right now, and this is your sign, like get signed up, go to school. But we've got some education around you. We've got some time to learn, they're saying, trying to make a decision. Should I take a course? Should I do this? Should I do that? But yeah, I feel like it's time to sign up for something. I have an author. Your words will have a great impact on those who read them. Wow. For those of you who need to write down your story, or you feel like you have a book inside of you, don't be afraid to release it. It's kind of these stars and all this energy trapped in this jar. And if I open this jar, I feel like it's a story to tell. So if you have an incredible story, or you always felt that you would be a great author, you'd like to self-publish a book, something like that, take the lid off of that jar and let those stars loose. You could be, one, if something you want to do, then do it. Two, if it leads to something that becomes a career or a livelihood or your calling or your passion, then what better, start. You got to start somewhere, and that goes back to, do you have a fear of success? Do you have a fear of even just the starting? If I start and I fail, then but if I don't start, then I don't have to fail, so fear of failure. I have schedule. Most forms of prosperity require time and effort to manifest. Do you have room in your schedule for the abundance you are wanting to attract? Boy, that's a big one. We all have the same 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Where are you putting your time and energy? What are your priorities? They said, when you look at that reflection, what are your priorities? So here it is with this, of course. I want more prosperity in my life. And I struggle with time management. I struggle with being pulled in 1,000 different directions. I struggle with too much on my plate, so I don't get anything done. So where can you make some choices and changes? Can you get help? They just said, can you talk to somebody to help you manage your time, or give you ideas on what you could be doing differently to be more productive, to get your arms around the goals that you want? So something, I know everybody has got a lot on their plate, and some of the hardest things in our life is to juggle it all. And maybe you're struggling with that. A freedom of location. A truly prosperous life is one with freedom to travel, freedom to live in the locations that you desire. And it is always a sense of, can I take my job with me? For those of you that have that luxury, it's such a gift. But that might be something you're working towards, or it could be Spirit's way of saying, hey, I know that's in your head, and we know that's something you're manifesting, and we know that we're trying to bring that to you now. Ooh, my hands just tingled. Okay. Bottom of the deck, I have dream home. When you are living your best life every day, your dream home is your actual home. So I've got this tree growing. I've got this kind of savings, this kind of jar of savings. And there is a part of me that is, I don't know, it feels like my environment is contained. And maybe that's a safety feeling to you, that when I'm home and I shut that door and I lock the door behind me, I feel safe, which feels great. So maybe it's more of and also the pennies in the jar is maybe you aren't living above your means. Maybe you'd like to have a bigger house, maybe you'd like to have more, but the home that you've been given or the home that you've chosen is easy for you to maintain. It's easy for you to afford. It's not over your head. You're not underwater. So there's a sense of comfort there also, because you're not totally stressed out with, I have, all my money going into just my housing. So there's that kind of balance going on. But I'm getting more of the sense of security at being at home, and also the sense of I don't want to be overwhelmed, because if you're going into a new house, maybe they're trying to share with you, if you're thinking about renting a new house or buying a new house, make sure you have backup income. Make sure that every dime you're making isn't going into your mortgage payment, or that you're not house poor, right? So there's a sense of that, but maybe they're just saying, do you want to live comfortably? You're going to be safe in a house, no matter where you are. Do you want to be there stressed, or do you want to live there comfortably? So I feel like it's somebody who might be thinking about moving or even buying a home right now, as far as, what kind of mortgage I'm going to take, or my rent, what I'm comfortable with. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you need me to know at this time? I have a snowman and I have winter, but I like the scarf around my neck for some reason. I feel like I am cozy. I feel like I am warm and cozy. Maybe it's connected to the house. Maybe it's, do you feel safe at home? Do you feel cozy at home? You're protected from the elements, just a reminder that you have a roof over your head and everything that you need, not necessarily everything that you want. So it could be as simple as that. I have a teapot and friendship, a little bit of connecting to people that I haven't seen for a while, inviting somebody over for a cup of coffee, meeting somebody for lunch, meeting somebody that I haven't seen for a little while, for, dinner, and kind of reconnecting, reaching out maybe to an old friend feeling. I have a unicorn, fantasy land. I think that this is more of a dream big energy, that you are allowed to live in a fantasy land. I don't want you to live there all the time, but it was more of a feeling of, we all have dreams, we all have hopes, and sometimes you feel like they're unreachable, but you have them and you can start to tackle them, okay? So it's enjoyable, it's kind of fun to daydream about something that you'd like, or something that you would love to come into your life, or that you're manifesting. So I'm going to say there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to say dream big. If you're going to dream big. And I have a letter expressing yourself. That feels like hearing from somebody. If you are waiting to get an answer from somebody, if you have been in a no contact with somebody, or even a family member that you've been kind of disconnected from for a little while, there may be a reason that they reach out. They may text you. They may all of a sudden out of nowhere, send you a note, send you a message because they've got something to say. But it feels like a reconnection, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic reconnection. It could be, like I said, it could be somebody in my family that, for whatever reasons, they're saying, let bygones be bygones, let the past go. What's going on in our life and our family right now, it has to take precedence over kind of the old rivalry energy. It could be between siblings, but it's a sense of we're still family and we need to talk, and we've got to get through something. So you're going to pull together with this person, and I do feel like you'll pick up where you left off. I do feel like you'll let, you know, the past go, and you're probably going to be very grateful that you reconnected. So that looks like a really beautiful message. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, please share with me, what is it that you have for me? I have a Page of Wands. I have a Queen of Wands. I have a Seven of Swords. And I have an Eight of Pentacles. This is coming into me as, I'm going to say, the little white lies that we tell ourselves more than anything. I can't do that because I'm too busy. 12:12 on the clock when I'm recording this today, so I'll take that angel number. Thank you. I can't do something because I don't have money. I can't do something because I don't have time. I can't do something because I'm too busy. You know, it's the things that we say to ourselves that somehow justify why we can't do something. And are they true? Not necessarily. They're kind of your own little excuses. But I guess you need to take a look at that. Like, why am I saying this? And is it actually true? You can do whatever you set your mind to. That this is a feeling of, I'm going to go for something. I'm excited about something. I'm going to grow something. And it's also a feeling of ownership is how it's coming into me. It's not anybody else's, it's yours. So if you started a business out of your house and it's your business, it's not anybody else's business. It's your baby. You started with the idea, you grew it, it's growing, you put in the effort, you're putting in the hard work with the Eight of Pentacles. So it's that kind of a feeling. It's nobody else's, if that, you know, makes sense to you. Nobody else contributes to it, or nobody else makes it happen for you. It's your effort and your rewards. So whatever that is going on in your life. I mean, it could be self-improvement. You know, nobody's going to lose, 25 pounds for you. You're going to lose 25 pounds for you. Like nobody else is going to do it for you. So that's kind of the example. I have a King of Pentacles. It's probably around wealth. It's probably around income coming in, generating income coming in a little bit stronger. Here's my Page of Swords. And I have a Four of Cups, and I have a Six of Cups. So a couple things are coming into me. I feel like the King is definitely letting you know that your effort is paying off. I will say that. I want to go back to my Lover's card, a relationship around you, because this is a confirmation to me. This feels like, yes, you have, my hands are tingling, definitely. So somebody needs to hear this. Yes, for those of you that don't know me, when my hands tingle, it's Spirit's way of saying that my what I'm saying is what they want me to say. It's like a confirmation that I'm doing a good job. So when my hands are really, really tingling, it's like they know what I'm going to say, and that's what they want. So this is a confirmation to me that you have you've been introduced, they just said, to your soulmate. That if you haven't met them, you will be introduced to your soulmate, and you will recognize your soulmate. You will know that this is the person that you're meant to be with. And they're asking you not to hold back with that Four of Cups. They're asking you to look at that Four of Cups as there's one cup that they're handing to you, and that's the cup that you've been waiting for. All the other cups didn't work. All the other cups weren't for you, but the one cup that they're handing to you is the cup that they want for you. So right now, I feel like it's a confirmation that your soulmate is here as well. So that feels good. What's the bottom of my deck? I have a Nine of Cups and a Ten of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. So whoever this is, I have great contentment, happiness, joy coming my way. And I love, this is the Wizard of Oz deck, but look at them all ready to kind of start skipping down that yellow brick road and finding happiness. So that is really what we're asking for. And I love this gorgeous rainbow. Look for a rainbow. There's this beautiful rainbow in the back here of this card. So look for a full rainbow. Maybe you'll catch a rainbow right as this energy is coming into your life. You don't see rainbows very often, but all of a sudden you see this perfect, beautiful full rainbow. And you're like, oh my God, I got to take a picture of that. Let's ask for some blessings. Spirit, can I have some blessings for anybody who has found this reading? It was no coincidence that you were guided here. Let me know in the comments if this is what you needed to hear today and you like the general readings. I love doing the general readings that are just fully channeled. So let me know if you're enjoying them as well. Spirit, please share with me the blessings. What blessings do you have for me today? I have a blessing of the air. Okay. Air element is my conversation. So how about truth, honesty, genuine energy, somebody that I can communicate with, somebody that I can talk to. So it could be Spirit's way of saying, I have that coming to you. Beautiful. A blessing for peace of mind. Going back to that, when you look in the reflection, what is it that you need to work on? Do you need to work on your stress, your anxiety, calming yourself down, not being pulled in 1,000 different directions, removing energy from your life? We had that cutting ties, that somebody that maybe no longer serves us, or we've kind of outgrown that energy. It's not working. But I feel the peace of mind. I want the peace of mind. That's important. One more, please, Spirit. A blessing on your creativity, the number 19. They're saying just this feeling of openness. It doesn't mean you're going to become an artist, but creativity comes into us in a lot of different ways, primarily with stepping out of your comfort zone, trying new things, seeing things from a different perspective, just being open to the things and the beauty around you. It was more also a sense of connecting to nature right now. Maybe they want you to be more connected to nature, and some of the answers that you're seeking will come through that. They're asking me bottom of the deck. So last card, I have the number 21, a blessing to bring prosperity. I definitely felt that prosperity coming in with the King of Pentacles a little bit earlier, that all of your hard work is starting to pay off, all of that effort. You're pulling yourself out of something, Spirit just said, so that better days are yet to come. So for those of you that are working really hard at trying to get your arms around something, you're going to start to see the rewards real soon. And that kind of money flowing into you will be a little bit more effortless. So let's put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these readings today, these messages today, this almost personal reading. And I want to thank you all for being here. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, claim it, own it, it's yours. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, check out my website at kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. Check out my other two websites, my other two YouTube channels, my Pick a Card channel, my Twin Flame channel. They have lots of different types of readings over there as well. And I'll put the links in the description. I hope you enjoyed your reading and you did not find this reading by chance. You were guided here. So I hope you got the messages that you needed to hear. We'll see you soon.